In a peaceful village where the sound of children's laughter fills the air and the hustle of daily life carries on beneath the towering branches of a great baobab tree, two brothers sit at the heart of it all. Billy, the older and more serious of the pair, is focused on his chores, while Joshua, the younger and more playful, is lost in his imagination, pretending to battle fierce monsters. With the village alive with activity, the bond between the two brothers is clear, even if their personalities are as different as day and night. In this tranquil world, adventure is about to find them.
Hey Josh, what's up? You look like you've got something funny on your mind.
Oh, big brother, you won't believe what happened. I have the most hilarious story to tell you. It's about this guy named Atongo, and trust me, you'll be laughing.
A Tongo? Sounds like trouble already. What did he do?
Atongo is a boy who works for his boss. Atongo loves to drink his boss's wine, but he drinks it without asking and then adds water to the wine to cover up what he did. One day, the boss noticed that his wine was always missing, so he decided to play a trick on Atongo. The boss bought a special wine called pasties that changes color if you add water to it. The boss put the wine in the fridge and smiled to himself, thinking, "Now I'll catch Atongo." The next day, Atongo sneaked into the kitchen, saw the wine, and poured himself a glass. He added water, like always, but this time the wine turned white and looked like milk. Atongo quickly knew he was in trouble. The boss came home and saw the strange-looking wine. He knew something was wrong. He asked Atongo, "Who drank my pasties?" Atongo stayed quiet, hoping to avoid trouble. The boss called out again, "Atongo, who drank my wine?" But Atongo didn't answer. The boss went to the kitchen and saw Atongo. "Why don't you answer me? When I call your name, you say, 'Yes, boss.' But when I ask a question, you stay quiet." Atongo replied, "Ah, boss, when you are in the kitchen, you can't hear anything except your name." The boss thought for a second and said, "Okay, I have an idea. You stand by the bar, and I will go into the kitchen. Then, you ask me a question." Atongo agreed. He stood by the bar, and the boss went into the kitchen. Atongo shouted, "Boss!" The boss answered, "Yes, Atongo?" Atongo asked, "Who goes into the maid's room when Madam is not home?" The boss didn't answer. Atongo shouted again, "Boss, who sneaks into the maid's room when Madam is not home?" Still no answer. The boss quickly ran out of the kitchen and said, "I can't believe it. Atongo, you are right. When you are in the kitchen, you can't hear anything but your name." Madam, who had been listening, got angry and said, "That's not true. It's a lie." Atongo, with a mischievous smile, said, "Madam, do you want to come into the kitchen and see for yourself?" Madam agreed, so Atongo and Madam went to the kitchen. Atongo turned to her and asked, "Madam, who is Junior's real father? Me or the boss?" Madam quickly ran out of the kitchen, shouting, "This kitchen needs to be cleaned." The boss, shaking his head, said, "Atongo, you are too much. Next time, I will catch you for sure." But Atongo wasn't worried. He thought to himself, "The kitchen is my kingdom, and nobody can catch me here."
Atongo is so sneaky, he's always one step ahead. I can't believe how he tricked the boss like that. But I guess if you work in the kitchen long enough, you get to know all the secrets. And that last part with the maid's room question, classic Atongo. That was bold. The boss really should have known better than to think Atongo would fall for that wine trick. Next time, he needs a plan that actually works. I bet if I were in Atongo's shoes, I'd be doing the same thing. But seriously, who sneaks into the maid's room like that? Atongo's the kind of guy who always finds a way out of trouble. You can't catch him, especially when he's in his kingdom, the kitchen. Haha, I can't stop laughing. Atongo's one clever guy. But hey, Josh, speaking of trouble, want to do something fun?
What do you have in mind?
Well, it's getting late, and I've been thinking, how about we go to the forest and gather some firewood? It's been a while since we did that.
That sounds like a good idea. We haven't done it in ages, and it'll be fun to get out there for a bit. Plus, we'll have some nice firewood for later.
Exactly. I miss the fresh air of the forest. It's always a good adventure, and we can make it a little competition, see who can find the best sticks for the fire.
I'm in. You better watch out, Billy. I'm going to find the biggest and strongest pieces. You won't stand a chance.
Oh, we'll see about that. Let's go then. I'll be waiting for you to catch up.
All right, let's head out, but no tricks like Atongo. No sneaking off with the best firewood when I'm not looking.
Haha, no promises, Josh. Let's just see who can get the best haul. So, Josh, you've been quiet all the way here. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking.
Thinking? About what? Don't tell me you're already planning a way to beat me at the firewood challenge.
Haha, no, it's not that. Actually, I was thinking about Atongo's story and how he managed to always get away with his tricks.
Oh, so now you're thinking of becoming the next Atongo?
No. I was just wondering, how does he always stay one step ahead? I mean, that whole thing with the kitchen? Brilliant, but also a bit crazy.
Yeah, he's something else. I guess he's got this way of thinking on his feet. But honestly, he wouldn't last 2 minutes if he tried that trick on me.
Oh, you think so? Maybe you should try it with me next time. See if you can outwit me like Atongo did with his boss.
Ha! Bring it on, Josh. You can't outwit me in the kitchen, trust me.
We'll see about that. Anyway, back to the forest. What's your strategy for gathering firewood today?
Well, I'm going for the big pieces first. None of those tiny sticks for me today. I need to make sure we have enough for a nice long fire.
I'm going for variety, big and small. Gotta keep things interesting, you know? You never know when you might need a little extra kindling or something sturdy to keep the fire going.
Good thinking. I'm just hoping I find some nice dry branches. The last thing we need is wet wood that doesn't burn well.
Yeah, that's the worst. It's like the fire just gives up on you. And it's cold at night, so we'll need a really good one.
Exactly. And we don't want to end up like Atongo, trying to light a fire and realizing we're just blowing smoke.
Haha, true. You think Atongo would be good at starting a fire? He's got all that trickery down. But when it comes to something practical like that, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe he'd try adding water to the firewood and it would turn into steam instead of flames.
Haha. And then he'd try to talk his way out of it, saying the fire was too shy to burn.
If Atongo were here, we'd have to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't sneak off with all the good firewood while we're not looking.
He'd probably try to hide some of the best pieces in his jacket or something, claiming he was saving them for later.
Haha, exactly. That's why we need to be one step ahead of him. No tricks today.
You're right. No tricks. Let's make this fire the best one we've ever had.
Deal, and no sneaking off with my firewood either.
You wish, Billy. I'll have the best stash by the time we get back.
We'll see about that, Josh. We'll see about that.